Welcome to Tech Learners. In today's lesson, we will talk about binary search program. Yes, again, binary search program, but in this lesson, we will talk about binary search using recursion. As we have already seen the program of binary search in the normal ways in the previous lesson. So, today we will see binary search using recursion. I hope you must be aware about the term recursion. Basically, it's reoccurrence. So, whenever we call a function that calls itself, so we will see here in the program. Before going to the recursion, let's have a quick revision of the binary search. So, basically, binary search is faster than the linear search and it works only on the sorted set of elements. So here in the list we need to have a sorted list. Let's say this is a sorted list we have, and we mark the three main locations. Let's say the low element, that is the smallest element into the array, has to be the first one, and the highest element of the array of the list has to be the last one. And based on these low and high, we used to find out the mid element of the array. Now, how this binary search algorithm works? Let's say if we have to search this number 32 into the list, then what we'll be doing is, in the first step, we will compare this 32 with the mid element, and if it matches, then we simply return the index of this mid element, and we can say that the element is found. If it does not matches here, then there can be two conditions. One, if this 32 is greater than this mid element. If it is greater than this mid element, that means it will be somewhere in this right side list, right? So this is the first condition. Now the second condition could be that the element we want to search is smaller than this mid element. In that case, the number we want to search has to be somewhere into the left side list. So what we need to do is, if the number matches, we simply return, and if the number is greater than this mid one, then we have this new list and we perform same operations again onto this new right hand side list. And if the number is smaller, then we take this left hand side list and we do the same operations onto this left hand side list. So this is the binary search algorithm. So if you want to know more about this, I have created a simple lesson on binary search, so you can watch that lesson of the binary search. Now let's directly talk about the recursion program. So let's see how this binary search can be solved with the help of the recursion program. So let's say if we have an array in this program, I have used this array, already declared array. We can also accept this array from the user with the help of the scanner class, like I have done in the previous lesson. So you can replace this user defined with the help of predefined with the help of the user accepted elements. So this is the array. Now accordingly, we need to have a few initialization. We will take this first index and we will initialize this first with 0. This is a key. Basically, we can say that this is the search term we want to search in our list. So I have initialized it with 30. You can do it with any element, or you can also ask this from the user also. So, and the next is the last, that is the highest index. So obviously the highest index will be the last index of the array. So we can get that with the help of array.length minus 1. So we will get this last index, the index of the highest element into this last. So we have two major initialization. One, this is the first, that is the low, and this is the last, that is the high. So 0 is at low position and array.length minus 1 is at the high position. Now we simply need to define this recursive function binary search, which is already called here into the main function. We have called this into the main function. This function has 4 parameters. One, the array itself, then this is the first index, that is the low index, then this is the last index, this is the high index, and this is the key, that is the element we want to search. So this is a recursive function. This will return the result. If the element found, then this will be returned to this result variable, and if it is not found, then this will return -1 to this result variable. Now then we need to check if this result is -1. That means the binary search function could not found the element into the array. So if the result is -1, then we can simply print the element is not found into the list. Else we will simply print that the element is found at the location result +1. So why we have added +1? Just because of the index thing. If you remember that the index of the array starts with 0, so this result will have 0, but we don't want to print the index, we actually want to print the location. So this is the first location, so we will have to do a +1 into this result. So just to convert the index into the location, we need to add 1 into the index. So this is how we can call this recursive function, and we can display the location of the element we find into the list. Now let's talk about the most important thing is this recursive function, how we will be able to define this recursive function. So let's see the definition of this recursive function. So here is the definition of the recursive function. Remember, it was returning an integer type value, that is the element we want to search, so it will return a return type. So the return type of this function will be int. Excuse me. Then the name of this function, binary search, and as we have seen that it will accept 4 parameters, so we need to define the 4 parameter into the list, into the parameter list. So first is the array, integer type array, then it's the first index, then the last index, all are integer type, and this is the key, that means the element we want to find. Now let's see the functionality inside this function. This is the first condition that we need to check. That means till when we will continue doing our calculation, it's only till last is greater than first. That means if we are moving from this index 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that's it. So we have traversed the whole list, so we do not need to move any further. So this function will only iterate, will only reoccur till the index of last is greater than the index of first, right? So now inside the function we need to find out the mid index. That was the third important index into the binary search. If you remember that we had 3 indexes, this is the low, this is the low, this is the high, and this is the mid index. So we need to find out the mid index. So mid index can easily be obtained with the help of first plus last divided by 2. This is the averaging. We can do first plus last divided by 2. So like in this case, the first index is 0 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the index is 4. So 0 plus 4 divided by 2. So we have got the mid index as 2. So here 0, 1, 2. So the mid index 2 will indicate this element. Now let's come back. So we have, once we have got this mid index, we need to implement these 3 steps of the binary search. So we will be implementing these steps of binary search. If you want to review these steps, you can watch my lesson on the binary search where I have explained these steps in detail. So we need to go to these 3 steps. The first step, we will check the mid element of the array. If the element is the element we want to search, if it is equal, then directly we can return the mid index. So this is the first step. If the mid element matches the searching element, then we simply return the index of that mid element. Now the another 2 cases, remember 2 cases. One, if the element matches, then we return the mid index. If it is not, then there are 2 cases. If the element is greater than this mid element, then we break the list into the right one. And the third case, if the element is smaller, then we break the list into the left list. So let's do it. So here is the second condition. If the array of mid element, the mid element is greater than the search element, the mid element is greater than the search element, that means the searching element will have to be on the left hand side. So we need to get this left list. For this we need to change this high index, that will be mid minus 1 because it is just a previous element to mid. So the high index for this list will be mid minus 1. So left hand side. So let's talk about this. So we are again calling this binary search with the help of the return statement. This is the main step of the recursion, that we recall the function till we achieve the solution. So as we have not achieved the solution, we are subdividing the array, we are subdividing the list into the left list. So we need to pass that left list to the binary search function. This is the recursive function. So as we know that the searched element is smaller than the mid element, then we have to break this array and we have to pass the left array with appropriate indexes. So now this is the left array with the first index will remain same, it is 0, and the high index will be converted to mid minus 1. See, because this now left list, this is the low which is same, but the high index in this will be just a previous element to this mid. So this is mid minus 1. So the index have been converted from first to mid minus 1. And the key searching element, we will simply pass this searching element into the binary search recursive function. Now else, if the element is not smaller than the mid element, then what will happen? The element will be greater than the mid element. So if the element is greater than the mid element, obviously it will reside into the right hand side list. So in this case, again we need to change the indexes. So you now see the high index will remain same, but the low index will be converted. Now what will be the low index? In this case you can see that this is mid plus 1, as it is just on the right hand side to the mid. So the index of the low index of this right hand side list will be mid plus 1. So we need to change this index, and again we need to pass all these things into the recursive function. So we'll call this binary search, then we'll pass the array. Remember, now the low index is being converted and this is mid plus 1, and the high index will remain same, this is last, and the searching element will remain same, this is key. So in this way you can see this is the recursive function. And now after all the conditions, if we will find the element, then it's okay, otherwise we can simply return minus 1. So you will see that we have returned minus 1. So and that means we have not found any element, we have not found the element inside the list, so we simply return minus 1. Now let me execute and show you the output of this particular program. As we can see, this is the list, and the element we want to find 30, this is here. So the index of this element is 2, so the output should be 2. So let me compile and show you the output of this recursive binary search. So now let me execute this program. So this is the location is 3, the index was 2 and the location is 3, so the element found at location 3. So in this way we can do the recursive binary search. I hope you have understood the concept of this recursive binary search. In the upcoming lectures we will be talking about the binary search with the help of the arrays class and with the help of the collections class. So I hope you have liked this video, so hit the like button, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for more such upcoming videos. Thank you so much.